Hi again, everybody. Today I'm going to read you a really cool book. It's called 10 Reasons to Love a Turtle. Now, I could have written this book, but if I had, it would have been a lot more than 10. So it's probably good that I'm reading this one, and it's not going to be too long that way. Sea turtles are old and mysterious creatures. The ancestors of these reptiles used to live on land, but now they live in seas all around the world. There are 7 species of sea turtles. And today we're going to discover 10 reasons to love them. So there they are. Number 1, they go on amazing journeys, something we can't do right now in COVID lockdown. Steering gracefully with their flippers, sea turtles look like they're flying underwater. They swim thousands and thousands of kilometers between their feeding and nesting places. They cross huge oceans, mysteriously returning to nest on the beaches where they themselves were born. Nobody is quite sure how they find their way. I think it's because they're so clever. Did you know that just like us, turtles cry real tears? You see, sea turtles only drink seawater, so their bodies get very salty, and too much salt is bad for them. So sea turtles get rid of it by shedding big salty tears. How about that? On land, crying also helps them flush gritty sand out of their eyes. They can even cry underwater, but the salt water washes their salty tears away. Number 3, this is pretty cool. Their nests save sand dunes. Leaving tire-like tracks behind them, female turtles crawl up the beach to nest. Some nest alone, but others nest in big groups. They each dig a deep hole and lay a slippery pile of eggs. The eggs hatch, leaving hundreds of broken eggshells. Those broken eggshells provide food for grasses that are growing in the dunes. The grass roots stop the wind blowing away the sand, keeping the dunes in place. How about that? Reason number 4, they race for the sea. Baby sea turtles hatch together at night. They dig themselves out of their sandy holes and they scramble towards the sparkling moonlit waters of the sea. Bright lights tempt some away from the water. Others are snatched by gulls and crabs as they run down the beach. But the lucky ones swim frantically into the breaking waves. Number 5, their jaws snip and snap. The shape of turtle jaws depends on what they eat. Some have scissor-like jaws to snatch drifting jellyfish. Others have sharp beaks to poke into rocky crevices and coral reefs for shellfish and crabs, and some have jagged jaws to snip seagrass. Number 6, they are deep sea gardeners. In shallow waters, sea turtles act like underwater lawnmowers. Imagine trying to get your lawnmower to work underwater. By nibbling seagrass meadows to keep them short and healthy, turtles make homes for millions of fish and crabs and even seahorses. They graze these busy underwater gardens for up to 3 hours before they pop up for a breath of air. That leads into reason number 7. Sea turtles can hold their breath for hours. Like us, sea turtles need air, so they poke their heads above the water to breathe. But they can also take one huge breath. I'm not going to be able to read if I don't keep breathing. So they take one huge breath that lasts for hours when they are diving or sleeping underwater. Goodness me. Here's a cool one. Reason number 8 to love sea turtles. They are as ancient, that means old, as the dinosaurs. Turtles have been on Earth for millions of years. They once walked on land around the feet of dinosaurs. I hope they didn't get stood on. These early turtles were twice as big as sea turtles today, and they also had much longer necks. Not as long as a Diplodocus though. Perhaps these ancient turtles first slid into the water to look for food. Today, all turtles live in the ocean, and they only struggle back onto land to lay their eggs. Here's another reason to love them. They have beautiful shells. Most animals with shells can pull their head and legs inside them for protection. But sea turtle shells are different. Their shells are part of their backs, so their flippers and head always stick out. These beautiful patterned shells protect their bodies from predators like sharks and crocodiles. And here we go. Reason number 10. They grow very old. These quiet, gentle creatures grow very slowly, and they live a long time. Some survive for 150 years, much longer than us. But in oceans around the world, these ancient reptiles are being killed by pollution and by hunting and fishing. They are disappearing too fast. So it is now up to us to help these extraordinary creatures to survive. And if I go back a bit, it says, show you love a turtle, eat responsibly caught fish. Turtles drown if they are tangled up in fishing nets. And it says over here, don't buy anything made from turtle shell. Yeah, definitely not. Sea turtle shells are sometimes made into jewellery and other turtle souvenirs. We never want to go buying those. There you go. 10 reasons to love a turtle as if you needed to be told.